guys. Just waiting to see if anyone wants to hop on. I thought I would deliver some SUNDAE messages. Just experimenting. Experimenting with my son's pan drum. Clearing some energies. Just doing some tones. All right, let's just see here. I'll share out for a second. See if anyone wants to hop on. Hold on here. I'll just go on my computer and share out. If anyone is watching, I appreciate you sharing out. Oh, that did work. Good. Hold on here. See if I find myself. Hey, Christy. SUNDAE. Yes, I'm going to do some SUNDAE readings. Ooh, my ear just went out. Can you hear me okay, Christy? Master Light Blaster. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Thank you for joining. Please share out if you don't mind. Let me see here. Oh, there I am. Okay, so let me just share out for a second, guys. Share the story. That sounds good. Share to more options. Group. Oops. I don't know if anybody else is on right now, but maybe other people are doing lives. Hold on here. Just coming on out of nowhere, per usual. Let's see. I'm not frozen, am I? No. I was frozen on the computer. To Kimmy's group. So I just thought I would hop on, see what Spirit wants to bring forth through you guys' reflections and energy. Hold on here. The universe. Whatever. Just share out. Things are as they should be. We're exactly where we need to be when we need to be there. What the heck did I do here? Hold on here. Come on, Ria Barna. Share. It's okay here. It's a rainy day up here. It's supposed to be a whole week of rain, so it's a little bit of late April showers, bringing May flowers. On here, do that one now. Get going here. For those watching now or later. All right, just a couple of you guys on. Hey, Lauren, good to see ya. 90, and it's only 11:30. I was on YouTube and I popped up. Oh, I didn't know that I did it on my YouTube. I had fallen asleep last night. I was out in the sun so much yesterday, and when I woke up, you guys were doing that live, and I just couldn't get woke up. My earbuds, and I lost my phone. I just couldn't get it together. Oh, we saw you there. It will be 78 on Thursday. Cool. Oh, I can't find share out option. Yeah, if you're on your phone, you have to yeah, it's harder if you're on your phone and not a computer. Thank you. Yes, SUNDAE blessings, Christy. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Hopefully maybe a couple other people will pop on. So yeah, a whole week of rain, but that's okay. It'll get everything growing and sprouting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some nice warm summer weather, and it just makes my body feel better. After living in Florida for a little bit and then coming back up here, I noticed that even though I love the seasons, I love the diversity, I love the extremes, I do miss that steady warmth. Just makes your muscles and everything feel better. All right. So I thought I would see what wants to come through, and if anyone does pop on, I'll do some readings. Hopefully, we'll be going live on the Masters tonight, Christy, with Linda. Hopefully, Linda will want to pop on with me tonight or do some readings and oracles or whatever, whatever comes through. So as always, Sunday representing, I always think of it as the last day of the week, but I know it's the first day of the week, but last day of the weekend. And Sunday represents in general, collectively as a day of rest. Yeah, things have changed and a lot of people don't rest, or they do work, or they get things done on Sunday. To me, that day of rest literally is, in the past through religion, it's like giving honor to God. But how I think of it is giving our day rest, or our giving ourselves a moment to honor our God within, who we are, our God source energy, our heart space, our sun, our light. And not that we do it just on a certain day of the week, we do it always. But when we bring that focused attention, awareness to that God source energy, to that light within, we really do illuminate, and we allow ourselves to connect to the highest vibration that we are, the highest guidance. And it gives us just a moment of a pause to appreciate ourselves, to appreciate what's in our life, giving thanks and praise to, you can say, no, they're saying like in church, to bringing praise to God Almighty, something you would hear in church, but bringing praise to God in general, God, the very life force, the life within us, the life we are creating and co-creating before us. And in truth, it's only love. And we're here to, through our awareness, to experience that love within in a many through many vibrations, many frequency experiences, all of that, to find and to activate the love in all. And we are that love. And through our awareness and what we focus on, that gives us an opportunity to infuse it with light, to see it from our higher perspective. I love this symbol because it looks like the spiritual energy merging with the physical. That is us. And as we rise in frequency and awareness and consciousness, we are embodying more light. So through that process, as we are embodying more light, our perceptions on the world and everything we see is also growing in awareness. And growing in awareness to me is bringing forth more light, more light reflecting through us into the outside world, into this hologram we call life. So when we do connect to our sun within, we're connecting to a higher frequency, or allowing that to come through us. And that's how we change our world. It's through us. It's not through one big event. It's not through the outside reflecting back. It's not through the governments. It's not through systems. It's through us, because it's through us as we connect and give pause and give praise to all that we are, to bring recognition to the sun within and the sun without, meaning the life within and the life without. When we bring that recognition and thanks and praise, we create more of that through our perception. So it's through us, and it's through what we see and what we are allowing, that we create that bouncing back, that reflection, that mirror, that hologram of this new earth. So I thought that maybe we'd just take a minute and just connect to our sun, our sun. And I like Sunday representing the sun, which to me is representative of that pure love, light, God, source energy within us and all that we see before us, but also represents the sweetness of life, the SUNDAE, like eating ice cream, that Sunday. And I talked about last time that how when we were kids, Sunday, we'd go for a joyride or we'd go get ice cream, that kind of thing. So it brings up those kind of memories of being younger or childhood as well sometimes. And, it's just nice. It's just nice. It's nice to reminisce in the beauty and the simple things in life. And then, of course, the sun. We're all sons and daughters of pure love, light, God, source energy. So we'll just take a moment if you want and just connect. Take a nice deep breath into your center, into your heart space. That is a multidimensional you, a portal that connects you to all streams of consciousness through all of your God source experience, your multi-self. So take a nice deep breath in and go a little deeper, hold it, allow it, feel into your energy, see it through your mind's eyes, illuminating brighter and brighter and permeating your entire world. And exhale. That always kind of calms my mind and makes me sink into my heart. And when you focus on your heart too, it's not just focusing on your God source energy and allowing all that you are and coming to the moment of you. It is also connecting and allowing all the moments of you that have ever existed in all time, meaning that we are opening up and gaining those streams of consciousness, portals, activations within us through just allowing that process. And then we embody more light as we're activating. Like they say, we have 2 DNA strands. Well, we're activating into the 12 DNA strands. We're activating more light. We're breaking free of the bondage of the past. We're breaking free of creating from the outside and allowing the outside to determine our guidance or what we should do or what is right and what is wrong. We're breaking free of all of that like this. Just going like this. Because we're coming within and now we're creating a new reflection. That is how we change and bring forth the new earth. All right, speaking of new earth and reflection and DNA and all of that kind of stuff, I kind of was pondering, and I have pondered this a lot, maybe you guys have as well, how we come as a volunteer, as a soul, to break free of ancestral patterns and cycles. And I was just thinking about that. And as I was thinking about that, ask and you shall receive, the answer is in the question. So as I was asking about that, I was just given some information and you guys can discern it and extrapolate what you want from it or allow it to give you a new perception. And it's about that. So sometimes we think of breaking free and being a volunteer and coming to break free and change those cycles of ancestral lineage, whether it be programming or certain religions or certain thought forms or those ideas of separation or those ideas of anything that has prevented us from stepping into our light and living our light and having freedom of expression. Anything inhibiting our God source energy actually is what would come into break. But it makes you think like, well, we're here to save the day, or we're here to change what was wrong. And I was kind of thinking about that. And I was thinking that if we're all God source energy and we're all love, God wouldn't make us God, even though it's not anything outside of us, but even that energy of ourself wouldn't make us go through something, because if everything truly is all as it should be and it's all perfect, then why are we having to break the cycle? So I was just asking about that kind of information. And even those, like say babies or those being born, young ones that take on and born with diseases or different deformities or different anything, even those things listed in Louise Hay's description of diseases, what is the root cause of it? And it causes us to ponder sometimes, well, that child didn't do anything or wasn't tainted yet because it didn't have a chance to be programmed, but they came as a soul to have that experience, not because of any of their own doing, but the soul come in for that experience. So almost kind of brings forth having to make a wrong right, or almost like having to bring karma into balance, or there's no punishment in God's eyes, but even having to balance out something makes it seem like we have lived something that wasn't right, and we wouldn't have to carry somebody else's burdens. So what the hell is up with all of that? Kind of was my question. I just want a little more insight. So as we are born into different soul experiences, we came with a certain theme, certain lineages, say Indians or India, or Polish people, French people, Italian people, whatever different lineage or heritage or what they were born into, carry a certain vibration. And you know how they say soul families will be kind of come together, or they come back together in their pods. And what Spirit revealed to me, and you guys probably already know this, but I just took it a little deeper, is it's not so much that we needed to change. We came as a soul, and then we fractalized into soul groups and so forth. We came with a certain theme of love to explore. So it's not that we've done anything wrong or we're having to make a wrong right. Spirit doesn't want us to look at it like that we're the saviors or we're the heroes, because we are all one. What Spirit says is what essentially is happening as we break free of these linear cycles or ancestral or heritage or programming cycles. As we come into this earth, like a child could be holding that within them, that they came to free or break us or that lineage. Even if they lived a short time, they still came in with that purpose. we still came in with that purpose, whatever that burden or cross is that we came to bear, represented by the cross here. That cross, that struggle, that challenge that we came to bear or work through is what we came to activate with our light, to transmute into the light, to see it in the love that it was originally created, that got distorted throughout more distortions and more distortions. So the lens got dirtier and dirtier and dirtier, more distorted. And so we came to, quote unquote, break that. But what we're really doing is we've explored a theme to its completion, Spirit has said. It's not that it needed to be broken, and we couldn't prematurely breaking it or completed it. We're completing a cycle, whatever your soul theme is, that is connected to your lineage, to your line, to your ancestries, whether it be emotional healing, heart healing, carrying burdens healing, not worthy, like a lot of people take on not being worthy burdens, certain nationalities. Like I know my mom talked about the Polish people. She's Polish. Her grandparents came from Poland or Austria, Poland, and they carry a lot of that poor, really dirt poor, but very smart, and but having to work through really, really hard hardships. You might have come to break free of that. But all of that is also tied to certain emotions. So you might have come to break free of that. But it's not that we needed to break free of it. We still have to remember, all of us, all of those that came before us, which are still aspects of ourselves right up to now, came to explore on the physical level a certain theme. And now we're wrapping that up. And in the wrapping it up, in the completion of it, you can call it breaking the cycle, but really we have took everything from every angle, from every exploration, every bit of that theme. We have taken all of it and we have gained the growth, the lesson, everything necessary. And now we're able to wrap up, clean up that cycle, break free of it as we move to another cycle of expansion, of love. So in not knowing the love, or be blinded or veiled for a certain amount of time, it gives you the opportunity to explore that theme through many, many lives, many, many perceptions, as we extract, as we gain in wisdom, knowledge, insight, the truth of that. So say poor, or a certain, it's all to do with the dilution of our power and who we really are in the exploration through certain themes where we are diluting or veiled or having the illusion of being separate from our God source energy. That allowed a certain theme. So whatever that theme was, maybe it was following a tradition through many generations of following this tradition. Could be, let's just use Jewish for an example, and following it and abiding it and playing out every theme and perception to do with following and living in that, as we are still say denying a piece of ourself. We've learned from that separated idea, theme of whatever the theme contained. It could have been creating a religion. It could have been having to follow a religion. Maybe the theme was to break free of something that was created, and what was that like? Or having to follow in your family's footsteps. So my family are the whatever, Carnegies or whatever, some rich family, and having that as an exploration of a power outside of you. It all was to do with having an experience of having power outside of you, or something having power over you outside of you. And we have explored that idea of separation pertaining to a certain theme. And now we're wrapping up that cycle as we took in every bit of wisdom, insight, igniting of light, and we've cleared it. Because a lot of times they say we have come to clear generational stuff. and yeah, we're clearing it automatically as we're infusing it and seeing it for the truth and the light and the love that it is. That's automatic clearing, bringing it to the love, allowing ourselves to go through the feeling. And as we allow the experience to flow through us, our physical self, our spiritual self as well, we're illuminating it with light as we go and work through that experience, because we're at a higher frequency in this timeline. So we're able to take the lineage timelines of a certain density, a certain limited thought, a certain theme of separation, and now we're higher frequency enough. So as we're experiencing it, our beam of light, as we go through it, maybe it's depression, or maybe it's being brought up poor, or maybe it's thought of being less than, or even like the African American being slaves and being subjected to all of that. They came for that soul's experience as a theme together to bring forth this, to come to some sort of enlightenment activation within them. And as we're at a higher frequency, whatever we're going through, we're living it through a higher frequency. So we're literally changing an old theme, an old cycle, because we have ascended. We have risen in consciousness. We have risen from a higher perception. We're not caught in the muck. We're able to see it higher. So we're able to infuse it with more light because we're embodying more light. So we're ending the cycles by infusing it with love and seeing everything from a different perception. Even like you can think of Holocaust and those people that were put through all of that or repressed. They came, oh my God, to infuse something, go through something for the next generation to explore as well. So they had a certain experience, then it's born in the next generation, and then they're carrying that energy. But as we ascend, they're able to find that love, that wisdom, that insight in that experience. And we're all here now, wrapping up certain limited cycles, experiences that have been limiting us or giving us that idea of separation, disconnecting us from our own power, because we're operating at a high enough frequency and perception to actually infuse it with light now. Does that not make sense? It's like seeing something horrible. Like I think you, Christy, right? How in the masters group we were talking about 9/11, and I think you saw it the same way I did, because I think it was you, and we were able to take something horrific but actually infuse it with light for the amount of light you were embodying. Well, that's what we're all doing. So I wanted to share that. I don't know, Spirit just wanted me to kind of come on and just share that, because I've been pondering that. And you might think, oh, that's stupid, or what God would do that? Well, we are the gods. Our soul came for that theme, and we came to live it from the thickest of the thick in order to free it and to illuminate it. But that all still was based in God knowing itself, God having the physical expansion experience for the expansion, and to go on and on and on and on and on through certain themes. And no matter what, seeing how love is the only truth, and that love truly does conquer all. Love is acceptance, it's love, it's peace, it's joy, and how that energy really does conquer all. And we've been given through many timelines and through our lineage, through our ancestors, all of those experiences. And maybe when they were in resistance and fighting it, we just keep creating it, and then something clicked or activated them, and then the next generation and the next generation and the next generation got more activated and embodied more and more and more light as they asked and explored this limiting idea or something that made us feel disempowered. And now all of those questions and their themes and roles and exploring and living through certain ideas and thought forms have expanded and opened them up. So like I always say, a master light blaster allows the darkness to activate them. Well, that's what we have all done as human beings living on this earth in the past, is we've allowed that darkness to activate us, to continue the expansion of love and the power and the integration of all of it in all things. It's not separate. It's this, that, and everything. And now, as we're embodying more of that understanding and knowledge and truth, we are the vehicle, we are the portal, we are the tunnel bringing forth this light, this new earth, collectively. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hey, Rainbow. Hey, Carissa. So last night I kept calling you Clarissa, remember? And I was at the gym today on the elliptical contemplating that. I'm like, what the hell was that all about, Clarissa? It hit me because when my energy's moving, I'm enlightened. I mean, I'm literally, this is what happens to me when my body's in motion and it's a portal opening up for me to commune. Clarissa, because you're clairsentient. Last night was your first time ever doing a live, doing readings and oracles. And I was amazed. I was amazed at what you picked up on your cards, the same deck I have, of things I've never seen before. You know why? Because you're not just Clarissa, You're Clara, you're Claire, you're Clarissa, Clairsentient. All the clairs, your clairs are more open than you know, clairsentient. You're able to see and feel and read into things at a clair, you're clear through clearing. You're getting that higher, like everything I was just talking about. You're seeing it through God's eyes. You're recognizing it through a higher perception, and you're able, because you're operating with your clairs open. You're able to see the clarity of certain images from that higher perception and frequency, and bring understanding, to bring an anchoring of wisdom through you, through your clair, to that reading. Is that not amazing, Clarissa? Because I kept saying, Claire, what the hell was that about, Spirit? It seems so natural to call her Clarissa. And Spirit immediately said, Claire, get it? Claire, she's clear. She's open. She's clairsentient. Was that not cool? Working and listening, not sure who that is. Maybe Gina or Tamra. Probably Tamra. Because Gina probably doesn't work on Sunday. Hey, Kelly O'Brien, good to see you. Yes, Spirit gave it to me and how my path was meant to be. Very beautiful. Facebook user with the pink heart, please let me know who you are. It's either Gina or Tam. Hello. Now Lionel Richie is coming through. Is it Lionel Richie that sings that song, Lauren? Hello? Hello again? Hello? Hello again? So every time we're born into our soul, Spirit says it's like hello again. Something to do with that Lionel Richie 80s song, Hello, Hello Again. And we're like, hello again, hello Earth. We've come to expand and continue this cycle until completion, and we're not giving it up. We're not giving up until it's done. That is what our reincarnation cycle was about, being reborn, 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 to be a theme, to be even the heroine, or to be the hero, the heroine, and exploring a theme from all angles. Maybe you were a cowboy, like maybe you were the ones that attacked the stage coaches and stole, and then on another timeline, maybe you were the lone ranger, the one that saved the day. So we had the opportunity to explore a certain theme through many, many incarnations. That's how we saw it. But now we're realizing that all timelines really exist now. That's another cool thing about us ascending and growing and activating and allowing all these experiences to expand us through the physical, because then we get the God experience through the physical, through the senses. It's just so amazing. So yeah, Star Traveler, yes, that makes sense. Oh, so hello again. So yeah, our soul, every time it came into this awareness as a physical being, it was like, oh, hello again, hello. And I remember my daughter Drasana, her name is Drasana Elise. Some of you guys have heard me tell that story. And I had to find a name that represents daughter of the sun and light. And when she was first born, it was like she was wide awake. She was just looking, almost like, hello again. And just looking and just taking it all in, like, oh, I'm here again. And it's just, we have come on this timeline to fulfill that cycle, the completion. It's not that we needed to pay back karma. It's not that we had to make a wrong right. We came truly just for the experience of the expansion. Does that not take a load off the weight? Like, I don't know, it just gives you a different understanding of the unconditional love and compassion of who you are, your spirit and your God source energy, and how it really is reflected in all. The more we connect here, the more we see that reflection in all that happens in the world and what people are going through, and how beautiful and compassionate we all are to take that on just for the expansion of love, just to know love from a different perception. That is so amazing. There is no God like that. God does not block free will. No. We are the God. That's the thing. We are the God. It is me you're looking for. I can see it in your eyes. Yeah. Thank you so much. Wait, who said that? Christy? It is me that you're looking for. And it just makes me want to cry, because there's a lot of truth in that song. Is it me that you're looking for? It was me. It was me always looking for me, it was you, Christy, as you were born, and like Drasana, looking for herself, looking for that God from the pure love. I'm going to cry. It's so beautiful. It's like, there's another song. I was there all along. What the hell's that song, Christy? Help me out here, Lauren. I was there all along. There's another song there. It's like, our filthy little lens, which it wasn't me, doesn't mean wrong either. We chose that. Our soul chose the filthy little lens. In every lifetime, it was like clearing that lens to find ourselves, to see ourselves, looking for ourselves. And we were, and the whole funny thing is, we were here all along. We just came for that experience. I just find that amazing and beautiful and compassionate and like heroic. Not to give it labels or definitions, but the power, the warrior spirit we all had. Because in the human, it feels so real and hard and dense. But we knew why we came. We came for the liberation and the freedom to know thyself in the worst of situations. How do you know how powerful you are as a God source creator? To exhibit it, to experience it in the densest of the dense. Yeah, I can't think of the name. It's a band, it's a group, and I liked it a lot. I was gonna say turn of the century, turn of the millennium, earlier 2000s. That song, I was here all along. Oh, what the is it? Anyways, another beautiful words. And thank you for Christy for that. Yeah, when you feel something really, really deep in the truth, the power, the profundity of it just makes you cry because it's overwhelming. Hey, Clarissa, that'll be my new nickname for you, Claire. But because you're open and you're clear, and it's funny because sometimes the things that we're most afraid of or most scared of to do, like me, like I was talking about how scared I was to do a live. No, I love them, and like Carissa was. She was very brave and did her readings. It's just I'm so nervous, but it's because when we get really nervous and really scared, it's because right underneath that, the potential is so great. That love is so great. The potential to experience and channel the love is so great. So it's like experiencing for a moment the complete opposite, the contrasting experience of what you're bringing forth. So through the greatest fear, which is just a tool to allow you to know you're believing in something that isn't true, because you have the greatest potential of the love to be demonstrated through you, through your experience. So remember that when you get really scared or really nervous, it's because it holds the potential for such wisdom, such love, such expansion. So we want to work through the fear. You know that whole old saying, do it in spite of fear, do it, feel the fear, but do it anyways. Yeah, it's true because fear is just false evidence appearing real anyways. Beautiful Munazabi, thank you. I am a divine creator. I attract everything for my highest good naturally. Exactly. So that is what we're all stepping. We've completed anything other than that. Thank you, Moon, for saying that, because this is the cycle we're all stepping into. Even though we were always a divine creator, we didn't understand it or know it consciously as a human. Now we're all stepping into that cycle, that new earth of taking back our power, dissipating the illusion of separation, uh, integrating the contrasts and polarities and integrating them everything as one, so that now we're creating from knowing we are that divine creator and everything we attract is for our highest good naturally. And now we're going to experience it from the higher vibration, which is joy, not the misery, but the joy. Um, Beautiful Moon. Thank you so much. You guys are the ones creating this message. Tam says, I wasn't able to express myself growing up or pretty much all through till now. And now I'm able to express myself in any way. How liberating and free. Ah, so beautiful. So that was a theme, I believe, that you have chosen many times, Tamara. I chose in love and honor of myself, and the same for all. So they given me all different ways to express a lot of it is true light language. Too. Yes. Christy says, I live on the edge. I need to jump more. I am. I will. And to accept we are right where we are. So, whenever we aren't quite ready to face a fear or quite ready to leap, that's okay, because there's still things that we are synapsing within us. It just means we have more to gain from an experience before we jump. We just need to extract a little bit more of what we're living in the now. There's just more for us to gain. So sometimes we like to beat ourselves up or think, oh geez, I should have did that, or I should have been brave enough to do that. No, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You were right where you needed to be, because you were still gaining. You were gaining and utilizing more of the now moment and prepping and preparing to get to that next step. Just like that beautiful girl going up or a human being of some sort going up this big staircase, and they're entering the light. They needed all the steps to allow the light. Say 10 years ago, even some of the things we do and say, we couldn't have just been there. We needed to go through different steps and trips and falls in order to gain and activate that wisdom. So everything was needed, always, even all of the self-doubt and unworthiness. We needed to experience that to get to the truth of it, because we can't feel that but then all of a sudden be up in the tunnel. No. And that whole tunnel analogy, what we experience, and Spirit's been bringing this all the time. When you die and you're in the transition, and they always say, go to the light, go to the light. Well, we're going to the light now, guys, without being dead. Is that not freaking ass amazing? So we are going to the light as well, the light of us, to experience and go through that tunnel in the physical. It's so amazing. But we can't just be at the light if we're still believing in something preventing us from that light. In the past, we might have been scared. We still didn't trust. And I know the past few years, so many of us have really exponentially stepped into greater trust and wisdom, discernment, self-expression. And we needed that to enter the light, because we needed all of those tools to get us there, to accept it as the truth that we are. We never done. Every moment is new in the now. We're never done. Every moment is new in the now. I love that. Every moment is a new us. We've learned something, we've activated, we've synapsed, we've allowed something. Every moment is a complete new you. And it might seem like it isn't, because we've been doing things slow and gradual, and it seems like nothing changed. Now all of a sudden our world is changing, because we have such a momentum of Master Light Blaster activating within us, all of these light codes, light flaring fireworks. And that's what's creating our projection. And now all of a sudden, oh my God, we're being called to much different career, place to live, relationships, just through our own light activation, because that allowed a new thought form, a new perception. It's like they're showing me dynamite blasting open, like when they're building highways or interstates, they have to dynamite through the ledge, the cliffs, the mountains to blow it up to create the way. Well, that's what we're doing. We've created the way. We're created the way every moment. Okay, that's where I was getting to. So every moment is little blast, but now we have such a momentum going. We've created this huge opening, and all of a sudden we're like, wow, this is awesome. How'd we get there? You don't need, no one needs to go on camera. No. I'm expressing myself here. I don't always need to go on camera. That was my plan too. So Tamara makes a good point. No matter what, it's not even about the doing. It's about the being. We're human beings, and we're actually stepping out of the Capricorn era where we were doing, and we thought we needed all this physical effort to prove our worthiness or to justify who we are, or to affirm who we are. But really, we're really just, as we embody more light, the work is done more effortlessly, and it's a state of being. We don't need to prove anything. We don't need to go in public. It's just through our being that we are reflecting. And you could say reflecting and attracting is the same thing, or shifting, because we're shifting. We're new. Every moment of new, we're shifting to a reality that is complementing this new frequency of being. Exactly. We are changing the world. We're allowing this peaceful world just through our own enlightenment, just through our own peace and joy. We don't need to take physical effort unless you're guided to, and I just like to. I just like to for some reason. And maybe because I don't have any other people in my life. I just, I love it. LOL, no matter how positive I think my comments are, Rhea and Spirit have a way of getting me to go deeper. Oh, thank you. And you're actually just reflecting that in me, or anyone, or wherever you are. We're reflecting our own energy. Just like, and oh God, I got to use this example again. So I came on with Dina Fortune a couple days ago, and she's this beautiful artist, and she was showing a piece of her art to someone, and they said it was a piece of shit. And I just wanted to use that example because everything is always the eyes of the beholder. But what the eyes of the beholder are beholding is themselves. It's their own energy and what they're going through. So as you embody more of your light, it's not about doing. It's about really seeing the world from this higher perception And that opens up the universe to operate behind the scenes according to that frequency, according to what your new beliefs are. And again, this universe ain't separate from us either. We hold the universes within us. So they're happening. We're reflecting the outer universes, the hologram of them, through our own opening up within and entering that flow and allowance and knowing all is just an experience. It's not to change necessarily, it's to expand. We're not here to change anything. We're here to infuse it with the light, to see it from that higher perception. And in that, it's changed just through our awareness. And that's that part of just being. We don't need to physically manipulate change, try to preach or teach or tell someone something. It will automatically be as we're being. We are the change, because as we change, and it's not about changing, it's about expanding, opening up, and allowing more light into a density. So if you got this fist and then you loosen it up, and just, it's about allowing the light to come out. There's nothing wrong with the rock or whatever. It's just about loosening up and allowing other things to come through, loosening up to create the space for the light. So dense, hard, negative experiences are just really densified thought forms that seem so real and make us feel so stuck. But as we take that breath in and allow and give it a different perception, a softening, and not resist it, as we release our resistance, the thing that we're resisting actually softens and opens up. As we create space, as we soften, we create space for the light, and then we're embodying a new energy, and then the thing before us softens up and opens up. And that's how miracles seem to happen. But the miracle isn't outside of us. It's because we softened up, we stopped resisting or fighting, and we decided to surrender or allow something. I don't like this, but I'll see where it goes. Just something simple as that. It softens you, creates more light to come through you, and then the outside opens up and softens, because that is you as well. Namaste, Miss Palazzo. All righty. Very, very beautiful. Yes, some gave us, Tam says, we learn through every encounter with everyone we meet. Some give us our lessons, some give us our medicine. It's still us reflecting exactly what we need through those beings, through those experiences, through those situations. It's all us. It's all us. All right. Very, very beautiful. All right, guys. So please share out if you did. Let me know. And today I'll do some quickies. I'll just give you a real quick maybe chakra to see what part is open, whatever I'm called to. So if you share out and would like a really, really quickie, let me know. And if you want to make a donation, then I will give you a more thorough reading, open donations. So just let me know. I'll stick that up there. But what a beautiful message you guys created. I love it. I'll stick my PayPal up for anybody who wants to make a donation. And if you shared out, let me know and I'll just pull you a quickie. All right. So I'll just stick that up. It's riabarna1224@gmail. If anyone wants a personal, I'll stick that up there. And then if you have Venmo or something else, it's riabarna@gmail, not the 1224. Hey, Star, thank you. All right. So I'll just give quickies out for Sherry Outers, real quick ones. And then I will, if anyone makes a donation, let me know and I will give you a personal. So Star. All right. Thank you, Star, for sharing out. And anybody who's not part of the Master Light Blasters, if you want to be part of that, let me know. Wow, nice, even, strong energy. I did feel a little bit of a blockage in my left ear, kind of like hollowed out. So I think that you might be, you're gaining some deeper understanding to do with something. So maybe you've been pondering or questioning something, and it was like where it went quiet for a minute, and something is processing or cultivating within you, and you're going to be gaining this, I can call it deeper wisdom, some insight, understanding to something that's been working within your mind. So yeah, the answer will be revealed. And if you're wondering why you didn't get the answer or what you were looking for, it's just because, again, like I was saying earlier, there's a certain process, certain steps that we needed to take or see or go through before we came to that. So something is releasing, a greater understanding. All right. Okay, I'm feeling like pulling you a Galactic Heritage card just to see, and just your name too in itself, the stars, the galactic, the cosmos. I'm just feeling that you're very galactic, as in, and we all are. We're all star seeds. We all come not from here, but let's just see. Bobber, can you give me a napkin, please? All right, I just need tissue. Those already. All right, so 2 popped out for you, star. You have force attraction for the energies that are affecting you in this present moment of now. This way or that way. Okay. Is from the Orient civilization, from the future, and it's a force of attraction. So you are, because there is really no time, you are opened up to a stream of consciousness representative of the future civilization of Orion light. That is beautiful. It looks like a fusion, openness, creating space, all of that solar plexus and the sacral kind of merging, trusting in this new light force within you, creating the space for it to come through you is what I'm feeling. It's a 106, so that represents a 7, which means being in communion with the divinity that you are, operating from that place, emptying out. Like just this image looks like an emptying out and creating space, emptying out and creating space for this fusion of light to be activated, like an activation within you, creating space for this attraction to create through you. So you're working with futuristic Orient light. I might look at that for a second because and then 10 you got energy transmission. So a parallel. So you got 2 energies really working with you. You've got the future civilization of Orion, and then you got the parallel, meaning now time, but it's a parallel universe timeline of Arcturus, energy transmission. So there's a lot of power in both of these, because to me, this looks like a little fusion happening right there within you. And then here we got a little transmission going on between 2 people or 2 beings. So you might be, this might be relationship, I'm feeling. New beginnings. So I'm just feeling like there's new beginnings, new relations with relationship dynamics. Because to me, these are 2 little beings that got like a little wing on them, and there's this energy culminating between them. So finding ways where the energy is similar, not separating, but coming to a greater understanding and acceptance with yourself, which is showing through with another person. So I'm feeling it's relationship, communion and transmission going on, an exchange of energy that is helping and collaborating energy for both of your advantages. That's what I'm feeling. And it's creating a new cycle, a new beginning. And that kind of goes with what I was talking about as far as what the whole collective's doing. Ending that cycle, completing it, and stepping into that new beginning. I'm just going to look up 106 really quick. The Orion light, the Orion, however you say it. The natural state of existence is balance. It takes more energy to sustain a state of imbalance than to surrender to balance. And that's resistance. It takes more energy to resist something and push it away in your life than just to go with the flow and enter that natural flow of life. So what it's saying is then to surrender and balance. Balance is a state of integration where all parts are aligned as one. The Orient light represents the integrated state. There's a force of attraction that guides us back to this state. It can be felt on subtle levels. We can tune into this force when we are silent and empty. The card asks you to move out of your next level of growth by emptying yourself in meditation. Learn to feel the subtle force of attraction that guides you to balance. So both of these are to do with balance. Heavy duty balancing, polarities, contrast, emptying yourself out, surrendering, allowing yourself to go with the flow, like here. And that's bringing that fusion of balance, the yin and yang coming together and infusing together to be one, to bring forth this new creation. And I'm feeling it could be to do with other people. All right, very nice. All right, next. Where's my cards here? You donated. Awesome. Kelly Deck, good to see you. Did Clarissa tell you about Clarissa? Clarissa last night? Oh my God, she was amazing. So I realized that I kept calling her Clarissa, and she says, I've never, ever, 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 ever done that before. It was always Clarissa. And I said, well, I don't know why I'm doing that tonight, but the answer will come. And it came to me that she's very clear. Her clairs are open, very clear in her feeling and her seeing, in her clear spiritual psychic gifts. They're saying specifically clairsentient, which is feeling, clear feeling. All right, so Kelly, thank you so much for your donation. Yes, I watched the replay so incredibly. Yeah, she was awesome. Yes, you're welcome, Star. So very, very, very beautiful. It's about you integrating and surrendering and allowing the process. And that's going to be your PowerPoint of creation and bringing forth this new cycle. And balance and harmony is your new foundation that you're creating from. So very awesome. All right, Kelly. Any particular question, Kel? May I get a reading at Breakthrough? Oh, well, listen. Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad it resonated and just gives you a little clarity. And I'm not ever telling you guys or reading anything you don't already know. It just might bring it from a different perception for you to gain a greater insight or understanding. And obviously you always discern and use what I bring forth with your own discernment. It might not necessarily be exactly like I said it. I don't know. I'm feeling life purpose for you as well, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly, again. And you can watch the replay during break. Shoot. Ancestral garbage. I like the way you said it. Ancestral garbage to clean up around. I wanted to go into ministry. Oh, around. I wanted to go into ministry. Is that right? Ancestral garbage to clean up at this time. Around. I want to go into ministry. All right. It feels right. It feels like the next logical step. But there's something ancestral lineage that I'm clearing up by doing this. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a wisdom card. Let's see what the wisdom is. So as far as I don't know if you saw the beginning about ancestral lineage and clearing all that up and garbage, as you put it, Spirit said that it's not that we're making a wrong right. It was all just experience, and it was exploring certain themes to the thoroughness from every angle. And you can call it garbage shit, even going deep into the shit just to have the experience. And all of it was for the expansion of love. And you can say, well, we already were love. Why the hell we got to go through this and blah, blah, blah. Well, our soul wanted it. Our soul is God, source, energy. And we came to explore certain themes on the physical because that is going to give us the absolute most thorough experience, even though it's illusionary and is a dream or a game we're playing. But we came for the expansion. We came to know thyself. We came to continue that expansion. So yes, in a way, going into the ministry is the next step. But it's like you're going into it having played out and come to a greater understanding of whatever that is you are clearing up and breaking free from. It isn't even that we're breaking free or changing something, Spirit said, Kelly. We're actually expanding that energy, not judging it, but expanding that energy. So say in the past, they said, okay, I'm going to use just the priests, for example, in Catholicism, that, oh, the priest, the man had certain rights. The woman couldn't be a priest. And then the man couldn't get married or have sexual relations. And it was against the religion. So somebody in ministry or through many different generations might have explored that theme from every angle. Maybe they were a pope, maybe they were the wife maybe they had an affair as a priest. They explored it in a way to expand that and find the truth from it. So maybe a priest realized, no, this isn't the way. Why would, quote unquote, God want me to live lonely and not have a relationship? But in one way, it might seem really crazy, but in another way, that soul came to experience that limitation in order to gain the knowledge and wisdom from it, realizing, no, it doesn't have to be this or that. It can be all of that. I can be a testimony and a witness for God and all of that while having a family. And in some ways, maybe they had a family, but then they couldn't put their attention to that. So whatever their themes were, you've explored it and you're ending a cycle because you've gained the light from it. So now, Kelly, I believe you are moving on with a space clear, an open understanding that is within your DNA, even though you might not even realize all of the specifics. You don't need to. All you need to know is that you are moving into a bigger cycle of ministry in a way that it hasn't been done that way, because you are holding a higher frequency, greater consciousness in the physical level, and understanding and insight through your being. You're holding more light, so you're operating the ministry from that point of reference. And in the past, it was more limited and closed because we chose it in order to bring it to the point that you're stepping into, Kelly. Oh, and you're gay. That's beautiful. So that's another thing. That's another thing. Oh, it was such a sin. Such a sin. So my brother's gay, and he was so afraid to come out because in Catholicism, that is not right. That is a choice. That's not what you're blah, 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 blah. But that's beautiful. So my brother came in for that soul experience and to find the truth in that, in the limitation, to expand beyond that. So oh my God. So I find like those kind of things so beautiful because the purpose, the liberation and the freedom is so great from having to experience the contrast or the limitation or the constriction, then the expansion and the love coming through that is so much greater. So I love that. And I don't mean greater as in better or worse. I just mean the contrast is so much the other end of the spectrum. So that is so beautiful. I am a crystal wearing tarot reader, source living soul. Beautiful. I'm not quite sure what all that means. Crystal wearing tarot reader. I'm not sure. I never heard of that term before, crystal wearing. But I just know that you're crystal and you're clear and you're emanating pure love and light due to breaking free. And you could say breaking free, but I'm going to say ending the expansion of that cycle to step into a new. It's like when you bake a cake and you got to go through all the messy stuff. It gets like when I cook, I just made a cake and I got messes everywhere. I got drippings, butter, grease, flour, etc., everywhere. It's a little bit messy. I clean it up. I put the cake in. That's one cycle completed. Ooh, now what? Now I'm going to continue it and put the frosting on. The frosting part is sweeter and, well, for me, yummier, and it makes it pretty. So now you've baked the cake and now you're just applying the ice and you're creating from that cake already being completed and done. And now you're expanding what you've come to bring. This is so awesome. Yes, that's what Spirit gave to me, Tamara saying, through my ancestral line. Me never following a church, but knew there was a light, higher power, and you, Rhea, gave me the medicine I knew. You gave it to yourself from opening up, Tamara, but thank you. I am honored that I could be that reflection of that wisdom you already hold. And we do that for each other. We're all reflecting fractals and holding space and crystal. So, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So Kelly, get back to you being a crystal wearer. I'm a crystal wearer. I don't know if you mean literally that's a term or something, or you just mean you wear crystals. That is beautiful because that is representing the clarity of your ministry, and you've cleared it, meaning that you have that you're the culmination of all your ancestral line and cleaning that all up through your own experience. You cleaned it up by giving it a higher perception. So maybe somebody in your family pre you wanted to go into ministry, and maybe they were gay, or maybe they had certain limitations and they didn't think it was right, and then they thought they weren't good enough and they were cursed because God cursed them with this, blah, blah, blah. And so, but they were operating at a certain frequency, so they couldn't see beyond it. So now you holding all of that energy and carrying all of those ideas within your DNA, now you having this higher frequency are able to complete the cycle and see it for the truth that it is, and then boom, end that cycle and continue it with the clarity of a crystal. And the crystal also is known to intensify energy and extend energy. It's a giver and a receiver of energy. So that's what you are in the ministry. So big Eric's like giving you two thumbs up, two thumbs up from Spirit. Oh my goodness, that's just all. My son is bisexual. He knows that his sexuality does not matter to me, but it does matter to my mom. Um, they share a living space. He helps her a lot. He knows how she feels about it, and so he doesn't live true to himself. And that's his soul experience, and he's going to break out of that. It hurts your heart. I understand that. I just tell my mom she should keep her questions, options, her opinion. Sorry, subject on him, herself for him. I agree, and that's beautiful. And they have a soul contract that they're also ending and wrapping up. So my brother, who is gay, um, and my family seemed to be kind of strict, and he like you wouldn't think your parents would be accepting. So anyways, my brother was talking to my father's two sisters aunts, and they were questioning him and this and that and a whole bunch of other stuff, and my father like stood right in. This is so beautiful because he it was so beautiful because they weren't like really close either, but he stood up for him and like really put his sisters in his place, which unfortunately caused a little unpeace for a while, but like really snapped him out of it for judgment and that kind of stuff, and really stood up for my brother. So I thought that was really beautiful. So that soul contract gave my father the opportunity to expand beyond his limitations of what maybe he was taught in church. And he had to go to parochial school and all that kind of stuff and was brought up very strict. And so it gave him that expansion to end that cycle of his lineage. And of course, it gave my brother, who was carrying all of that stuff too, to end that cycle and to move on and to be himself. So he was carrying my father's and all the generations before. But it's not that it was wrong. We all agreed to that expansion, or you could say evolution of that energy being played out from every point of view in order to step into your power, finally illuminate who you are, that crystal, and illuminate the truths now and teach those and extend those out into your world of that newfound wisdom and light and balanced understanding and all of that stuff. So beautiful. So beautiful. I love it. And it's funny because those that might not have seen so normal are the ones that and not that anyone's unnormal or normal, where it's just your purpose. It's just your soul's path. But I always loved it when people were like radically different, because I knew that their purpose was to like tip the scales way over the other way. So I've always loved that. All right. And then all of the fears around like the diseases, like, remember when people were getting what was it, AIDS, from a lot of it, drugs as well, but homosexuality. And I think that part of that was the manifestation of the taboo that was. It wasn't necessarily the cause, it was the energy holding it, that energy of it's not right, it's sinful, it's yucky, it's evil, whatever. I think, and now that's kind of cleared, and it's like you don't hear about that anymore, because I think society has come to accept and see it for the truth that it is, that we're all just spiritual beings playing out our preferences through our DNA and what we're born to experience as a soul. So that makes sense of that as well. And I watch a show. I don't know if any of you guys know the show. I watch it with Chantel. Again, another show Chantel introduced me to that I wouldn't watch. Midwives. And they're like 1940, 50. It's brought up all the way now up to the 70s, the whole series. But when it first started, homosexuality and any of that kind of stuff, you were put in jail for it. And then in the show, the guys, they have to hide everything. And what that energy, and I know it seems really, really bad, but their soul came to expand it to the truth, to bring it for us on this generation, to bring it full cycle, to end it, because the frequency, every generation holds more wisdom and insight and understanding. And then finally, our frequency is high enough that we're able to end that cycle and finally see it for the truth that it is. It's just love. It's just the way we're supposed to be. So in that show, though, I feel so bad. And some of the punishers are actually the gay people. You know what I mean? They're the ones in so much shame in that time era for that. All right. So Kelly Deck, thank you for your donation. And here is your personal thorough reading. All right. So take a sip of tea and we'll get to this one. I can't help but to want to call you Clarissa now. All right. Deep polarity. Oh, that makes sense. So the galactic card regarding what you were asking about your ancestry and your ministry and all of that, you've come to equalize, harmonize deep polarity. So the polarities are the opposite. Being born with such a deep love for a same-sex person, but yet being so condemned by your religion or parents or society and having to hide it. That's a deep polarity, because in your heart, you know it's true and it's love, but yet the outside world is showing you something completely different. Not so much nowadays, but the generation. So I'm feeling this is what you have come to heal. The garbage that you said you come to heal. So the garbage is actually, manure. Shit is manure and fertilizes new growth. Well, you're now in the new growth. You have that cycle is completed of the polarities. You're bringing forth the balance, the understanding, and the integration in the light of that. Is that not beautiful, Kelly? So you are healing Orion, the past, the polarities, the rigidity, to bring forth abundance, to bring forth new life and integration and balance and healing and harmony. And that just being looks cut out. There's two different triangles. One's facing up, one's facing down. It's almost like even that's showing the polarities. I'm going to read that real quick for you. Where's that little book gone? All right, real quick. 35. This is such a good. Thank you guys for holding space for these messages, because they're all so good. The information and the energy coming forth. In ancient times, so this is what you are clearing, Kelly. In ancient times, the Orion civilization played out the deepest of polarity during a very dark time in history. Many souls from the Orion eventually came to Earth to heal this polarity. And healing means it's not that you're trying to change anything. You're just coming back to your original state. You're balancing the energies, the distortions through your love and light and your experience. Okay, so they came to Earth to heal this polarity through incarnations as humans. And that's what I said. We keep incarnating, because every carnation gives us new insight and helps us to embody more light. And then finally, everything has been sapped out and we've learned as much, and now it's done. That theme is done. If you have pulled this card, then Orion lifetime of yours still has some influence in your life today. These karmic patterns are ready to be released. Examine your natural human tendency to polarize in thought and belief, and ask the universe to help you heal this. Also know that this is a major issue for the entire planet at this time, and your healing affects the whole. So your ministry is to heal, and you as a crystal are bringing forth the purified information of the integration and allowing it all to operate as one. So what's really cool is it said the planet, and it's not the whole planet talking, or at least in the spiritual community, about healing these ancestral wounds, trauma, bloodlines, and all of that, because we really are very blessed right now. We're healing, we're wrapping that up, and we're seeing it for the light that it was. And forgiveness, so there's nothing to forgive. We know it was just a soul experience played out for the expansion of love and to deeply empower us further. So we are literally ending all of those cycles as this new earth comes through our light, through our crystal self, through our clarity. So beautiful. So you are right. That is what you are integrating and balancing, are those deep polarities way, way, way back to that civilization played out multiple. And the polarities might not have been just been through religion or sexual preference or any of that. It's any polarity, any played out through many different situations that you are wrapping up that cycle to the fulfillment. And it's to be celebrated. They're saying it's to be celebrated because through you, Kelly, this is so beautiful. Through you, you have completed that, and now you're stepping in and creating a new cycle, but one based on a high frequency of love and integration. That is so beautiful. Strength. So your life purpose, I did pull your life purpose card. Strength is what you got. Just being strong and working through what you got to work through. Having to not necessarily use brute force, but the strength of heart, spirit, courage. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. So the strength of your inner courage, vulnerability, daring to put yourself on the line. That's your purpose in your ministry. That's another, because this is a life purpose card, and it's just saying that is the theme, the energy that you're utilizing. Everything you've experienced in your life, Kelly, has made you strong and courageous. Now you're on this white horse. I don't know if that's a vulture or a hawk. But anyways, if it was a vulture, they utilize all resources for food. They don't waste. So that's showing that you have used everything in your life, everything in the shitty ass experiences have fueled you and fed you to discern your own truth and to activate the light within you, bringing forth, now we can say it's a hawk or an eagle or whatever, bringing forth that higher perception now that you come to start your cycle in on a white horse representing divinity. And it's a Pegasus, so you can fly on this horse of freedom, uninhibited, free spirited, kind of like the Disney movie Spirit. That horse, you can't tame them. You're not meant to be tamed. And you are this Viking. You have Viking timeline. See the Viking in this woman? What are they called? Maidens, sword, war, shield, shield maidens. So you've been, and I think you have played a part in the Viking or that those kind of timelines. I know Tamara has too as well, whether you're a female or a male, whatever. But you've had to really become strong in those timelines, okay? And you carried that strength over now to free you and to carry you to complete this cycle that you are beginning. Oh my God, this is such a powerful reading. And then we got here, the Mother Earth heart card, the shell breaking open. This is a little clamshell with a perfect little shape of a heart in the middle. And it's about the darkness and in the light. This represents integration as well. The clam, white, representing your divinity, but allowing to go deep into the heart, deep into ancestry, deep into that inner part of you, DNA or bloodlines, things you don't even understand or know why, what you're carrying, to be opened up into love and transmuted all of that darkness to be opened up into love. Your ancestors that have carried secrets or unworthiness or not living their heart, well, you've busted open that. You've busted open that shell and you're releasing the love that's been hidden for eons. That is so beautiful. Tingles, I know it. Successful. Freaking A, this is so awesome and affirmative of everything I already talked about. And then when you see it in the card, it just blows me away. The very thing you battle with is the key to your mission, purpose, and success. So the thing that you battle with, it's because it has the potential of the exact opposite, success. And sometimes we go through deep, extreme themes, experiences, situations because the love, the light to be gained is so big. It took that pressure, just like to make a piece of a diamond goes under deep, deep pressure to get to be a diamond. And you said that you wear diamond and you had to go under a lot of pressure, not just this timeline, other timelines, to be that diamond that you are. And it's making you who you are, which is this. A leader. You're a leader. And if you're going into missionary, is that what I said? Mission? What is it called? Anyways, you're a leader as well. We all have something to overcome, and as we meet the challenge, we fulfill our purpose and success. So I know without a doubt there are other timelines that you have practiced that and have cultivated that strength of heart, and now you're releasing things that have been in the dark to come out. You're actually a leader in allowing others to follow their deep heart's truth as well, because the divinity that you're embodying, you took it, you had to take that, and now you're going to be an example and a leader for others in whatever way, shape, or form. Anything that they want to do. That is so beautiful. So you've opened up that space to allow the love and light. Very beautiful, Kelly. Holy son of a bee. What a powerful ass reading. Thank you. I can see you. China, we're training up. Yes. Oh, you can't see all the comments. Hello, a third time. All right. Lauren, you want a card? Hey, Teresa, beautiful soul sister, Master Light Blaster, Teresa. All right. I'm going to pull, I don't know. What? Sure. All right. I'll pull life purpose one. What the heck? I'll pull you a life purpose. And the life purpose doesn't mean the vehicle like doctor, dentist, butcher, candlestick maker. It just means the energy. So let's see what energy, what's your purpose and then now the energy that you are. Ooh, that one just slid out gently. So it's almost like saying it slid out gently. It didn't pop. It didn't force its way out. It just kind of slid out. So this is telling me your purpose right now is to just slide with the flow, go. show me the electric slide. You know that dance, the electric slide? So Mythos goes to this little teen night and they're all doing the electric slide when we got there. So it's just like going with the flow, going with your own music, sliding, just, and that to me is just mermaid energy, going with the flow, just going with the waves, going with where the tides and the currents and the wind take you. So it's something about just softening and going with the flow, not being so rigid, not being trying to control, just going with the flow. And what it says is practice. She's playing a flute. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. So sometimes you might think, oh, it's really hard work. But when you're practicing what you love, and it's more flowy. It's like not a, it's not a have to. So like maybe you're taking a test you're really not into, like say you get a chemistry exam coming up and you're just really studying and you have to do these experiments and all that. You might not be really wanting to do it. So to me, it's not an obligational practice. It's practicing that which you love. And I know you're going to say you love video games and you just want to sit on the couch and chill. So I think you're to practice actually just going with the flow more and relinquishing and surrendering to your heart and not worrying about, what's expected of you through, the whole credit card scores and all of that kind of stuff. But also your speeches and talking, and if you like that kind of stuff, it really genuinely like it, to practice it. So you're being called to practice that which is your own music. She's playing a flute. That's her own music. We get to choose the instrument we want to play normally once you're a certain grade, and you get to pick your instrument. So they want you to think of yourself as the instrument and to play it in the way that you see fit, that makes your heart sing, what connects to your heart, and then trusting in that. And she's looking down, or piccolo. I guess it's a piccolo, not a flute. So she's not looking out in front of her. She's looking down, and I think she's just kind of feeling into what she's playing. So just, it's about practicing your own energy, I think. Practicing being you. Like when I do my lives and do my readings and oracles, those are all part of something that I like to do, and I'm practicing. And every time, after many, many years of doing it, then all of a sudden I'm like, sometimes, oh, wow, I can't believe that came out of me, or wow, that's so cool. So it's also about reaping the rewards of all the energy and effort you've put into something as well, Lauren. Recognizing what and where your practice has taken you. Look how far you've come. So, Matchbox 20, look how far we've come, that song. They want you to recognize all that you've overcome in your life. Holy crap. And the cycles that you have started and what you've broken free and liberated from, even as far as your childhood and your parents and all of that kind of stuff, and how you were told to be and how you should be, and now who you are, an independent woman. So they want you to acknowledge all of your things and to continue on going with your flow and doing you your way. Very beautiful, Lauren. Bringing self-recognition, I'm feeling very strongly, and appreciation. All right. All right. So, oh, now I see. I will take a card. Yeah, I see that. Sui. All right. So if anybody else has shared out and want a quickie, let me know. And if anyone made a donation, let me know. I just called up Verizon due to charges I was not expecting for switching plans because I was told that the bill would go down. Well, good for you. Good for you for owning up to it and not just saying, oh, well, they know what they're doing. I must have misunderstood something. I'll just pay the bill. You are honoring yourself, your temple, your money, anything attached to you. That is beautiful. So you're being proactive and responsible for standing up for yourself. So I like that, because sometimes we think, I just flubbed up, or we might him and ha and complain, but not actually follow up on something. So that's awesome. Astrology content. That is awesome, Lauren. So yes, practice that. That sounds exciting. Yeah, I can't wait to see where that goes for you. That sounds awesome. And I went to the city of Phoenix for the first in 4 years yesterday. Awesome. Phoenix rising, being reborn. Awesome. All right, guys. So if you made a donation, let me know. And if you did want a quickie, let me know. And thank you guys all for being here. And Shanta, Weatherall Fielding, this guy that I was dealing with was married, but we ain't speaking. He claims I was talking to people about us and that it got back to his wife on her job, and I know that I didn't. Can you prove it? And was he ever getting a divorce? Well, that's a lot right there. That's a lot, Shanta. Can you prove it? Oh, and was he ever getting a divorce? So I take it he was going to get a divorce, promised you to get a divorce, and now you're wondering if he ever was going to, and now he's in trouble. Well, okay, first of all, a lot of this right here is common sense. So if he is mad, he's not speaking to you because he claims you are talking to people. And so anyways, if he really was getting a divorce, that would be a shortcut out. So if he's really upset that the wife found out about you, then I'm going to just say intuitively, no, he probably wasn't planning to get a divorce. He was all talk and no action. And what this situation, I think, my perception, and just discern it as you want, Shanta, I am feeling it isn't even about him, the divorce and all of the drama. What is this reflecting about yourself that maybe you are not empowering yourself or taking back your power, honoring within yourself? So to me, and that's just my opinion, is to me, how is what you went through and all of this drama, how is it showing you something about yourself? And I'm not saying that anything in the typical way, like what it's saying on the surface, that, oh, you're lying or you're involved with a marriage, blah, blah, blah. None of that. I think that there's something within yourself that you need to honor and your own self-worth and what you want. And to me, this is just kind of telling me the lesson here is to honor yourself and not to accept less than what you want and not to put up with such BS. I mean, if he really loved you and he was really going to get a divorce, he would not be speaking to you. First of all, he'd be happy that she found out because now he doesn't have to tell her, and then you guys could ride off and live happily ever after. I'm feeling that it was a reflection of an energy where you are not maybe honoring and respecting your worth, and you deserve the person that honors you, respects you, doesn't cut you off, accuse you of shit, and not talk to you. He sounds like he's just not where you're at. So honor yourself and focus on you and making decisions and choices that are honoring you and making you the queen that you are, okay? And putting yourself on a pedestal. Sometimes as women, we really diminish our worth and our power, thinking we can help someone, thinking and not knowing our own worth, not seeing us as the queens and goddesses that we are. And that's all just part of the process. Thank that experience and say, hey, thank you for showing me where I wasn't treating myself good. I'm ending that cycle. Now I'm moving forward, and I'm only going to accept that which resonates with my heart and what I deserve. Good subject matter, Shanta. Thank you for that. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it, eh? Hey, Miranda Panda. Yes. Harriselli, good to see you guys. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been more involved in my master's group, so I haven't been coming on as much on the temple. Miranda Panda, this popped right out for you. And it's a life purpose deck. So it's just saying, what's your purpose in the now? It doesn't mean that's always your energy. This moment of now is calling you to cultivate your artistry. Artistry doesn't mean just painting. Artistry, to be an artist, you are creative. It means tuning in and tapping into your creative expression, how you do things, how they apply to you in your own way. So really embracing and acknowledging that creative part of you is begging, whether it is through painting, whether it's through writing, whether it's through decorating your house, whether it's the way you cook. I'm just feeling you have a lot of creative energies, and it's because your mind works different. It's more abstract. It doesn't fit in the confinements and the boxes that a lot of society teaches. You are called to express outside of the box, your own stamp, your own artistry label. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to you in your career, every area of your life. So that's following your intuition as well. See, it's all blue, and speaking it. So trusting what you're receiving, trusting and using your imagination and speaking it out or expressing it, whether it be through your voice, talking, conversing, communicating, writing, drawing. So you are a really, really clear conduit for receiving this artistic energy and Blu-ray energy, Palladian, the whole Blu-ray, where you are literally stepping out of the box. You're here to bring forth a new way for expression and creativity. You have your own stamp. You're not supposed to be coloring in the lines. You're supposed to do it your way. So if there's a situation at work and you could say, well, my work doesn't have anything to do with creativity. Well, the way you do that work and go through your day can be creative in your own way. How you're a mom, that's being creative. How do you keep your household or mother your kids? So it's just calling you to tune in, trust, listen, and even imagine how you want things to be. You have great potential, great creative, great artist energy coming through you at this time. Very beautiful. Teresa, would you like one? I did screw up a little. I did not realize that 411 costs money. And you know what, Lauren? I'm sure they can modify it or change it. Change your plan if you need to. Anyone else? Let me know. Yes. Okay, thank you, Teresa. I know you're on my lives a lot and I haven't given you a reading for a while. And you do share out, so thank you for that. Beautiful Floridian sister. All right, this is the one. Infinite abundance. How beautiful. Infinite abundance. What a beautiful card. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to the divine purpose in life. And what is your divine purpose? Being you, tuning into you, expressing your own artistry, expressing your own music, appreciating yourself, loving yourself. To me, we're abundant when we fully come into loving and appreciating and recognizing who we are, our worth, our light, our love, our God source energy, because that is love. Then we can't help but to be abundance, because it's God is everything, everywhere, all at once. And we are that. And it is love. Love is the only truth. So when we come into that understanding and knowing that's what we truly are, no matter what appears before us, that's what we are, then we are going to reflect that abundance. So to me, it's you giving yourself that self-love, acknowledgement, recognition, and having that before you in your life. So how beautiful. A cornucopia filled with fruit and yumminess and goodies and treats, with the sun representing the halo. You operate through God mind, God eyes, God being. Very beautiful, very abundant. All right, guys. I guess that is it. Even when I'm not trying to do so, I get accustomed to getting things for less or free. All right, guys. Beautiful card, Teresa. Beautiful abundance. Empress. You have Empress energy. Lots of divine feminine flowing through you, but you've got that perfect balance of masculine and feminine, because that's what creates that abundance. So very beautiful. I did Miranda. Let me just check anyone else. Thank you, guys. What a beautiful life. Happy Sunday. All right, guys. Thank you for sharing out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. Oh, Star says, I feel a lot of fear right now. I'm trying to take back my power, but nothing is working. Okay, so taking back your power, you are power. So taking back, it's almost like trying. So I think there's a deep surrendering called forth and allowing and trust. So a lot of times we're fearful because we're not trusting the outcome. We don't think things are going to turn out, or we're afraid for our abundance or our safety or survival or money or any of that kind of stuff. We're afraid that we're not going to be provided for. So fear will show us something that we're believing in that isn't true. But the only way to finally kind of get around it is not around it, but go through it. So just kind of surrender and just keep tuning into your heart space and breathing and affirming. Even if affirmations will help me through fearful times. Like, I know I'm God's source energy and everything is created by me, for me. Just that knowing, and I'll repeat it, even though our human mind is still fearful, that's okay. That's just recognizing and honoring the human limited mind, but still anchoring in the heart space, saying, I know everything's turning out right for me. I know it's all turning out. This is a process, and I am actually embodying more light. So when you're feeling fearful, know that the opposite is happening. As you're feeling fearful, you're actually activating more light, trust, and confidence in yourself. And it isn't scary. And it is scary, and I'm not diminishing that, because I go through many moments of that. And I'll say thank you for this. Like, even though my mind isn't thankful for it, even though me as a physical aren't, I'll step back. I'll step as in the observer, and I'll say, "Boy, I know I can see I'm having a really hard time with this right now, but you know what? Thank you for this, because I know that what's coming is the opposite, which is love and light and greater confidence and trust and abundance." And I know that sounds simplistic, but it's the simple things. It's an energetic state of being. So we can't try to take back our power. We can't try to be God source energy. We can't try to be light and love, because we already are. We just need to allow it and surrender and see all the crazy emotions go through our mind, and just stay in the heart. Stay in the heart and say, thank you for this. Yeah, I acknowledge that I'm really scared right now. And John Thaddeus Fiore can teach you tapping techniques, affirming it. Even though I feel very scared right now, I know that the tapping helps to calm the nervous system, and say that even though I'm feeling very afraid right now, I know things are working out in my benefit. So it's kind of blending two things together to actually be helpful. Acknowledging, so not acknowledging the fear and the emotion isn't going to help you, because then it keeps you separate. Acknowledging that, but also acknowledging you that you are a power bigger than you know, working things out. All right, guys. All right, happy Sunday. Thank you guys all for joining. Thank you, Tamara. And I'll be on tonight. I can see if Linda maybe will come on tonight at 7 to do some readings and stuff. All as one. Yes. Yes. Why are we so abundant? I love it. Why are we so abundant? Yeah. And John's live yesterday, I love that. The affirmations. So taking something that doesn't appear the way you want and saying, why am I so, like, so if you're feeling fearful, why am I so confident? Why do I feel so much power? Why, man, I'm just feeling really enthused and confident. So it's like reprogramming yourself. And you are the creator. You are God source energy. So you can proclaim your reality. But when you bring it to like, why am I so healthy? Oh man, why am I feeling so youthful today? Why am I so energetic? Why am I so abundant? Oh my God, why is there so much cash coming into my bank account? So you playing with that, it's fun. And it keeps it light and less stuck. All right, guys, may you all shine with the entirety, not just a tiny little dropper, right? The entirety of all the love and light that you are.